everyone, I'm Katie, the Introverted Reader, and this is the third time I've had to film this video, but we're gonna get through it together. This is gonna be my favorites of 2019. We're just gonna go through them real quick. My favorites, let me just get some of them down here. The Diviners by Libba Bray. Read this during the summer, kind of kicking myself that I didn't read it during October, but I absolutely adored it. I was going to say high fantasy, but it's kind of like, well, it's kind of fantastical. It's kind of like a supernatural type thing that takes place in 1920s New York. Very creepy, very intense a lot of times, but like so good. And like the diversity in this series is phenomenal. Next one I want to talk about, Alice in Wonderland by Simon James Green. I read this last year. I did a review on it. Simon watched that review and like thanked me on Twitter and like retweeted me. It was a whole moment and I loved it. But yeah, love this book, 5 out of 5. Define Me by Tahara Mafi. 5th book in the Shatter Me series. The last one is going to be coming out this year. Don't know exactly when. Hopefully soon. But it's gonna be bittersweet. Like I'm gonna love the book, but at the same time I'm not ready to say goodbye to everyone in here yet. But like, love. Next one is Onyx and Ivory by Mindy Arnett. I was completely surprised by this. I didn't think I was going to like it, but you know, who doesn't love a good high fantasy story? It's wonderful. I love the characters in this, and the story like completely took a different turn than I thought it was gonna take. And then the second one in the duology was just so much better. Like I had a thing for duologies this year. It was such a good time. Such a good time. Loved it. The next two, The Hate You Give, On the Come, both by Angie Thomas. These are phenomenal. If you haven't read anything by Angie Thomas, highly recommend that you read both of these. I've yet to see the movie for this, and hopefully this will be a movie. Maybe. I don't know if there's talks about it being a movie or not, but these are both absolutely wonderful. I love Angie Thomas's writing. I love her stories, and just I can't wait for more. The next lot, I'm just going to do it in lots, okay? Next lot I want to talk about Shadow Scent by P.M. Freestone. This book, again, I picked up on a whim and read it in like the space of like 3 days. I could not put it down. It was so good. High fantasy story about these two people that have to go on a scavenger hunt to try and save the Crown Prince. And it's just fantastic. And it left on such a cliffhanger. Like the ending of this, I was like, no. Like, the sequel for this is coming out this year. So excited. So yeah, so excited. So excited because I love this. I'm gonna stop saying excited because I'm getting delusional. The Hand, the Eye, and the Heart by Zoe Marriott. This is a story about a non-binary individual called Zelan, and it's kind of like a Mulan-esque sort of story because they disguise themselves as a boy. They're sort of like assigned female at birth. But they disguise themselves as a boy to go into the army, and you know, along the way they fully like discover who they are as a person, and just like acknowledging that there's nothing wrong with them, and they're non-binary, transgender, and they're wonderful, and I want to protect them with my life, even though they could probably, you know, knock me over with a finger. Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Kicking myself I didn't get to this in 2018, but you know, I'm garbage, whatever. The sequel for this just recently came out. I will definitely be reading it in January. You will see in my January TBR video. Yes, I will be doing that TBR video this weekend, so I'm absolutely, like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like, I love Children of Blood and Bone. I'm so excited to read the sequel. The next one, Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. This is really gritty. This is really violent. This is really intense, but it's a wonderful, wonderful story. Like, it's so fast-paced and just so, like, it's super intense, but you just can't stop. You honestly can't stop. And like, just by the by, if any of you have been watching if any of you are a subscriber of Pierre Ford, her Nevernight series, mama, you are killing it. Like, I need more. Like, I need Netflix to pick up her show and just like have like full seasons, full everything, because I love it. I love it so much. It's just so good. I read God's Grave as well, and I'm gonna be hopefully finishing Dark Dawn this month. Next one, Rise of Kyoshi by FCA. If you're a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, you either I hope you read this book. I tabbed it, as you can see. It's basically the story of Avatar Kyoshi. She's one of the reincarnations of the Avatar, and it's basically just about her story, you know, where she came from, and how she, like, her discovering that she is the Avatar, and just like, you know, just her journey in general. And she's also canonically bisexual, which is wonderful. Like, she's just even more wonderful. So yeah, love her. Look how fierce she is. We stand. Okay, the last few. Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. I have been gushing about this book for months. If I haven't persuaded you all to read this, I have done a terrible job. But yeah, I absolutely adored this. It's kind of like an Anastasia retelling, but set in space. There's space pirates in this. Like, if even me saying the words space pirates doesn't sell this to you, but because like Treasure Planet is one of my favorite like 2D Disney animations of all time, and this just gave me such Treasure Planet vibes because the whole space pirate thing. So yeah, and there's a romance in here that I will stand until the end of time. If you know, then you know. But yeah, I love. Right, Everless by Sarah Holland. Read last year, tabbed the F out of it. I didn't think that I would enjoy this. This completely took me by surprise. It's basically a world where like your blood is like money. It kind of like how can I explain it? Like, so much blood is like a day in your life or something like that. Like, the more you give, the less you have left to live or something along those lines. It's been a couple months since I've read this, but yeah, and you like pay with your blood to like afford things. It's kind of a difficult concept, but yeah, that's like, I'm really bad at descriptions. All I remember is that they have to pay for things with their blood. But like, again, high fantasy story, really fast paced, really wonderful and magical and adventurous. And I will definitely be reading more from Sarah Holland in the future if she's going to be writing more fantasy. The last two I want to talk about are both graphic novels. The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. Oh my. This is unbelievably so flippin' cute. It's so cute. It's about this prince who hires this dressmaker to make him dresses because he likes to go out in the town as a beautiful woman called Lady Crystalia. And he basically just does that because he just wants to have a little bit of freedom. And dressing up that way gives him the freedom to just let him go out and have fun and, you know, be himself. You know, like, and it's just, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And if you haven't read this, you really should. The last book I want to talk about, Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This right here, this is a story I wish I had when I was 16. Let me tell you that. Like, it's so sweet watching. It's basically about these two boys who, like, one is openly gay, but one is sort of like struggling. He's in the closet. He doesn't really know where he fits. And it's just basically about the two of them coming together and forming this bond that's just, I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, 5 out of 5. I give every single one of these books 5 out of 5 stars. So yeah. Those are my top 19 books of 2019. I realized that I went through them really fast. But like I said, I've attempted 3 times to film this. So my throat hurts and I'm kind of over it. But I adored every single one of these books. If you've read any of these, let me know. What is your ultimate favorite book of 2019? See, to be honest, I think I would give it to this. This right here. This just stole my heart, and I just had a big old grin on my face whenever I was reading it, and yeah. Love this. Definitely favorite of the year, hands down. So, like, what was your favorite book of the entire year? Was it this one? If it was this one, you are my best friend. Anyway. I'm gonna go now. All my handles will be down below for you guys. I will have a new video up this weekend, and I will see you then. Bye bye.